It is time. I've been waiting on this since, I want to say November is when I put in my pre-order. Is the Scaletrains SDL39. I've opened the box that it came in already because it's got, my personal information on it and I don't want y'all seeing that, but I've not opened this yet. So I'm excited and a little nervous because I've heard of some quality control issues with these. But before we get to that, I'll talk a little bit about the other stuff that came in the box. Got the packing slip, of course, which again has personal information. Got Scaletrain stickers, which seems pretty typical. And then they gave me a few hard candies. Yeah, I don't know if someone just like spilled these in the box or if that's standard fare for Scaletrains, but either way, free sweets, I like it. But let's not delay things too much now. Got the typical flap with the information. Stuff about the specific road names and models I'll read later. What is this? Oh, it's a road map. Basic sort of instruction manual, I guess. I'll definitely be looking at that later. A little bit of foam. And here we have our nugget. And right off the bat, I can tell that I've got the drooping pilot issue. Oh boy. In fact, I don't know if you can tell, but it looks like the entire shell is bent downwards. That's not good. Oh boy. We'll see if I can be bothered to deal with this or not, or if this is just going to go straight back to Scaletrains. Well, it's a very hefty model, I can already tell. Let's see. Get that guy off. Scaletrains pin. It's upside down, I know. I can't be bothered to fix that. Yeah, let's take a closer look, see if it's just my mind playing tricks on me, or if this is actually sloping downwards some. On closer inspection, I think it looks alright. The rear pilot is actually drooping a little bit. I'll probably fix that at some point, but it's not as bad as my first impression made me think it was. How do I get these off? I don't actually know. I've never bought a Scaletrains locomotive before, fair warning. Oh, they just can't pop off. That's cool. There we are. And I'm only now realizing I don't have any track in front of me to set this on. You can live here for a moment. I'll go get that. Alright, let's take a closer look, shall we? Oh no. I still don't know if this sill has like a bulge right here or not. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is that just an optical illusion? Or am I genuinely just kind of losing it? Okay, I am, but like, I mean like about this. Yeah, come on. Come on, there we go. I will say, well, I usually don't care too much about, gimmicks like this where you got the big box, but since I know I'm going to be moving around still, I do appreciate having a box to put it in, just to keep it safe. I don't know what to say that hasn't been said already. Very nice amount of detail on this. There doesn't seem to be any other problems other than, like I said, this rear pilot is drooping a little. Sorry, I know I'm not saying much right now. I am... Oh, it's so cool. I am just kind of admiring it right now. Let's see, these windows are open. Can I fix that? Here we go. And another thing I hear people complain about is these windows, but that's just a general kind of Scaletrains complaint. If they sat vertically the whole time, I wouldn't mind them moving so much, but when they get crooked like that, it doesn't look great, I must admit. I suppose I should check the other one. Yeah, that one looks fine. Well, I suppose next thing to do is set up some track and test it out. Alright, we're taking it to the floor because I can't fit my DCC system on my desk. I don't have a spare outlet up there. So I just got a short style track set up. Let me get... Should brought the manual down here with me. Yoink. Let's just get this thing started. Basic programming, blah blah blah. It's not telling me if this thing's still set to 3 or if it is set to 590. So we'll just try 3 first, the default. Lights. Lights. Nope. Let's try 590. Lights. Lights. Okay. Clearly I need to actually read the manual. Alright, I had to push the startup sequence button first, that was my problem. And it is still set to 3, as is the DCC default. Let me look. I see I've never had a Scaletrains locomotive before. I've never had a locomotive with anything remotely this kind of detail, or lighting, or even sound for that matter. So if I seem kind of new to this, or fumbling around, that's mostly my fault, not necessarily Scaletrains. So cool. Alright. Does it change the lights come on in forward or reverse? I don't think it does. And it doesn't really have much in the way of lights apart from, you know, the number boards. So we'll go, well, let's do reverse first since it's on that end. Speed step 1. Just barely crawling along. A little bit of stuttering. It's probably more because of my track and the fact that this is a fairly basic DCC controller. I have seen videos of this thing running just completely smoothly at like less than 1 scale mile per hour. I don't have a thing to test that with though. How fast is this going right now? I suspect it might be going even slower because again this is like a 1.5 amp system with that. 1.6 ohms. Okay. Which is pretty bare bones as far as I'm aware, at least. And we'll do 2. Yeah, it's a lot smoother already. And then just for kicks and giggles, forward. Again, a little bit stuttery. Speed step 2. And it smooths out. In regular operation, I'm not worried about that stuttering either because, well, that's still a lot slower than the rest of my locomotives can operate, so I'm going to be speed matching this to those. And stop. Alright. Let me take a look at things and I'll show off some of the other features. Alright, so again, since my command system here is rather basic, I won't be able to run through all the features. I only have up to F9 on this remote here. But I can run through the ones I do have. So starting with F1, that's bell. Man, Bill Hyder wasn't lying, those things are terrible. F2 is the horn. F3 is the coupler sound. F4 is dynamic brake, which this doesn't have. Class and helper lights are F5. So we got extra, green, which I don't remember what that stands for, and yeah, red. F6 is ditch lights, which again this doesn't have. F7 is the beacon. I was hoping that'd be a little smoother on this too. I think there's CVs you can mess with that, so I'll have to take a look at those. F8 is a startup sequence and shutdown sequence I imagine as well. Yes, it is. F10, independent brake. F11, radiator fan. F12 is the dimmer. Slow spare valve, handbrake ratchet, isolation switch, spitter at shutdown, brake set release. I'm not sure which one of these this actually has. I'm just reading the list in the manual at this point. Sanding valve, short air, let off, compressor, air dryer, cab door, engine compartment doors, reverse center, shutters open close, manual notching up to run 8. Manual notching down, manual notching logic, load, air brake, and sound fader. And it goes all the way up to F31, which I don't know if Y-throttle even has any functions past 24. Or maybe it's 28. I'd have to look again. But I can't because that's on my phone and I'm using that to film. I think that's it for now. This is just a basic overview. I'll be sure to get this thing speed matched and running with the rest of my locomotives. As far as some of the other issues that have been reported, like the ride height being a little bit too high, I don't know, same thing. I guess I don't have a great eye for that. Non-ESU decoders don't work great. As something Scaletrains has addressed. I will say for something that is as standardized as DCC, it sure does have a lot of problems. I talked a little bit about some of the other problems I've been having in a previous episode. So I'm willing to just chalk that up to DCC being weird. So that just leaves, the biggest question of all. Is this worth the money? And cost is always a contentious topic, not only with this hobby but others, but especially with this hobby, it seems. I am a known cheapskate among my friends and family. I was raised to be cheap. That's seen as a good thing. Um, I mean, mine's mostly alright, but with some of the other problems people have been having, like. Oh, yeah, and the other thing. These little wire wipers down here, they're called wipers. I think they're actually bumpers. I believe getting pressed in is what activates them. They're not like some sort of Hall effect sensor or anything. Oh, they control the frog clank and curve squeal sounds, for those who don't know. But yeah, if they do just get, pressed in, why would you make them out of wire? That's my question. Like, they're going to be in close proximity to AC current. So, like, if you just need something that gets pressed repeatedly, like, you've got plenty of thin plastic details on here. I don't know why you can't make these out of, like, the same type of plastic. I assume it'd hold up as well. That's just my 2 cents. I don't have any experience working in the model railroading industry, in the design department, or anything like that. But I do have a physics degree, so I can say putting metal near metal that carries electricity, like, of course it's going to spark. That does seem like an oversight to me. I guess there is one more thing to test out, which is the power pack, which I've never had a locomotive with one of those before. So we'll go through the startup sequence again. It is a capacitor, so it should charge pretty quickly. Let's try it out. That's pretty cool. And it's good because I'm maybe not running the best track here. Cato Unitrack is good when you're a poor college student like me, but I guess I've seen people make layouts out of it, but it wouldn't be my first choice for that. Yeah, there's already like dust and crap on it. It's been on the ground for maybe, 5-10 minutes? Ridiculous. I need to clean this, and my locomotives. And that'll probably be next week's video. So that's might be it for this week. We're back at the desk and I'm freehanding it because I realized I'm an idiot and forgot to actually give my recommendation with this thing. Yes, but maybe wait if you're thinking about ordering one. I mean, they're all out of stock at this point, so it's not like it matters, but they do have some wiring issues to fix with the for non-ESU decoders to work. They also have to fix the coupler pockets because those are what's pulling the pilots down. I'm hoping those fixes will just come included with new ones and they don't just like send you the washers and be like, yeah, do it yourself, or an instruction manual for the wiring. But assuming they do that, then yes, I would recommend this model. It is very nice. I was going to say something else, but I completely forgot. Anyway, until next time when we speed match these two, happy rail fanning.